From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. A national commemorative ceremony is underway in Winnipeg for Murray Sinclair, the former judge, senator, and chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission into Residential Schools, died on Monday at the age of 73. Sinclair's granddaughter, Sarah Fontaine Sinclair, spoke at the ceremony, recalling the lessons she learned from her grandfather.
Always thinking of others was a teaching he passed on to me, and one I pass on to you. Empathy and kindness balanced with strength and leadership are what we need more in this world. We must think about our community, not just ourselves.
Today's memorial, with remarks from the Prime Minister and the Governor-General, is the first national commemorative ceremony for an Indigenous person in Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says voters in Cloverdale-Langley City are slated to head to the polls for the selection of their next Member of Parliament on December 16th. The by-election in British Columbia will be a third test for the Liberals, who have already lost two long-held seats in the last several months. Cloverdale-Langley City has swung back and forth for the Liberals and Conservatives over the last several elections. The federal Conservatives hope to retake the riding this time, with their candidate Tamara Jansen, who previously held the seat from 2019 till 2021. The clock is ticking at the Port of Montreal on a threat to lock out unionized workers if the employer's final offer isn't accepted. Some 1,200 dock workers will be locked out at 9 p.m. tonight if a deal isn't reached, and only essential services and activities unrelated to dock work will be allowed to continue at the port. A spokeswoman for CUPE says members are voting on the latest offer and results will be released. The union representing locked out port workers in British Columbia says BC's Maritime Employers Association shut down federally mediated talks after less than an hour. The International Longshore and Warehouse Union says talks failed in the employer refusing to budge on its so-called final offer, which the union has so far rejected. The union says the employers were refusing to bargain and tried to impose significant concessions on the union. King Charles III has laid a wreath honoring fallen service personnel in central London as the Princess of Wales looked on.
King Charles III and the Princess of Wales attended the UK's annual ceremony honouring fallen service personnel on Sunday. During the ceremony, the King led senior royals, political leaders and envoys from the Commonwealth countries that fought alongside Britain in the two world wars in laying wreaths at the cenotaph. The Portland Stone Memorial in central London serves as the focal point for honouring the nation's war dead. The King's presence, alongside Catherine, the Princess of Wales, is a sign that the royal family is slowly returning to normal after a year in which two of the most popular royals were sidelined by cancer. Karen Shamas, London.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Canada looks to take a 2-1 lead in its 5-game series against the United States in the rivalry series in Boise, Idaho. The Canadians are coming off a 5-4 shootout win in Game 2 on Friday. They dropped the opener 7-2 on Wednesday. The Toronto Raptors continue their stay in Los Angeles when they play the Lakers in NBA action tonight. Toronto fell 105-103 to the LA Clippers last night to extend their losing streak to 3 games. The loss dropped the Raptors to 2-8 on the season. Canada's Rachel Homan defeated Switzerland's Silvana Tirazzoni 7-5 to win the women's curling final at the Co-op Canadian Open in Alberta. Down 3-2 after 3 ends, Homan scored 3 points in the 4th end and another point in the 5th to take control of the game. Thousands of fans have streamed into the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati despite steady rain to pay their respects to Pete Rose. Baseball's career hits leader died in September at the age of 83. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.